All right, we are back with another end of day report. Let's jump right into it without delay. As you know, today is Monday, May the 8th, and for the most part, it was a pretty quiet trading session. Not a whole lot happening per se, but you know how that goes. So, the first chart we're going to look at is Meta. This is a request from the trading room. All right, so here is the chart for the Meta. So we had this huge gap up, all right, on April the 27th, and the market hasn't done a thing to fill that gap. It's been coming down, but it still hasn't closed this gap. It needs to close this gap. So you need to come all the way down here, uh, you know, below 220 in order to fill this gap. And then if the market's going to really be bullish, then that should be support, and the market should rally from there. But if it fails, then price action utterly collapse. But for right now, you got a bull market with a bearish trend momentum reading, which means we had this crash alert here from May 3rd, and the market has been trickling downward. I'm expecting that downward move to accelerate here in Meta um, as early as tomorrow. Okay. This market likes to do the gappage. Back here, remember you gapped up again back here on February the 2nd. Market took its time before it tried to come down here and close the gap. And really all it did was close back to the middle. It didn't close the gap. The gap needs to be closed, and it hasn't done that. So once this gap is over, I think this market's going to come down further and close this old gap from back here. So yeah, I don't think this is ready to be a true bull market. I think it's going to flip back to a bear market because it has to close these gaps. So just something to think about as we move forward. Just like back here, it gapped again, October the 26th, 2022. Market gapped down, and it took its sweet time coming back to fill the gap, but eventually the gap got closed. Okay. And then the market continued to run. Then it gapped again. And now it's taking a sweet time with these two gaps. So I do believe that Meta is about to come back down to earth. All right. Let's take a look at our next chart. This one is also a recommendation. This is for our Aussies down under. All right. It's been a while, hasn't it? Since we looked at SVL for you. Let's see here. Silver Mines. Is Silver Mines getting any help from the commodity silver itself? Let's take a look and see. All right. Okay, so all right, so this one crossover. Well, this has been going flipping, flopping all over the place. So you're in a bull market right now, but you haven't been consistent. You had a long-standing bearish trend momentum reading with downward. Then you had a bullish trend momentum reading, had your rally alert, got your upside production, then pause. Now you got a crash alert that was created, and we're looking like the market wants to come back all the way down to sub 19 cents. So this market is trying to make its mind up what it wants to be when it grows up, because right now it's not really doing a whole lot of anything. If we switch over to the weekly chart, see here. All right, you can see this market has been all over the place, and you got a massive bullish pointer on the weekly chart from the week of February the 5th of 2021, where the market topped out at 36.5 cents. So at some point, the market's going to come up and take that out. But for now, this market is struggling to find its footing and to see what it wants to be. All right, let's see the next one here. All right, the next one is, if I get this thing to come up. All right, AZI. All right, this is Altman, also on the ASX exchange. Both of these securities, the one we just did, is also on the ASX, and so is this one. All right, so this one is currently in a bear market with a bearish trend momentum reading. We call that locked in. That means the bear market is locked in. So, and we have a crash alert for the next trading session. This one is locked in. It's still in a bear market. It is not doing anything but that. As long as this trend momentum reading stays red like that, um, this market's locked in. It's in a bear market. So we expect nothing but lower prices on both of these, my man. All right. Next up, we got Bitcoin futures. Bitcoin futures is still neutralized. And on the cash market, it's starting to head lower downtrend channel. It's trying to take out the April um, uh, bearish pointer, okay, which is your consolidation bar. And that's what the price action is trading in. It's trading in that range. You can't see it here on this chart. It doesn't show up on the futures chart. It shows up on the cash chart. And you can see that the price action, that's why this is a neutralized market. Today's closing futures price is the same as when you first went on neutralized. That's why it's called a neutralized market, because typically the price literally goes nowhere. You're the same price you were when you went into neutralization, and you're still in that situation now. So we're doing nothing on the Bitcoin for now. Looking at silver. So silver has a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. And we've crossed from a bullish to a bearish trend momentum reading. So we're expecting lower prices to come in the silver now. The market is topped out. So it's time to reverse longs and start looking at shorts until this thing turns back green again. The downside initial target is that $23 range, so sub $23. All right, looking at Nat Gas. Nat Gas has a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. We got a bullish trend momentum reading. I know the last couple of times the market has not been able to do anything, so will the third time be the charm? We'll see. Next up, we got the Dow. So the Dow still in a bull market and still has a bearish trend momentum reading, and we're expecting still lower prices. As long as we got a bearish trend momentum reading in a bull market, that means the market has topped, which it did way back here. It topped, and the market's been falling and moving sideways ever since. So that's not a real bull market. This right here looks like something I have never seen before. To have a I don't. You'd be hard pressed to find a chart like, or a time like this where from December the 13th until May. We're in May now. All right. You got 5 months going on, 6 months of the Dow literally going nowhere. Literally going nowhere. That is unheard of. It's unprecedented. Unprecedented. I don't understand how the market can do nothing, go nowhere. I mean, this is just crazy. So this is the longest consolidation for the Dow in, like I said, a very, very long time. I'm switching over to the weekly here. All right, so this is what your weekly is looking like. Again, this this is crazy. This is really crazy. I don't know what to say about this except for this is a weird time for this Dow. I know there's been a lot of rotations of securities in and out of the indexes, but goodness, this Dow futures looks broken. All right, here is the Nasdaq. Looks a lot better. At least we have some movement. We have some up and down activity. So the Nasdaq is looking okay, but it's neutralized again. So we're not doing anything in the Nasdaq. It's in a bull market with a neutralized reading now. So we're doing nothing. No longs, no shorts. We're stepping aside the Nasdaq for now and wait until it comes off neutralized. Your gold is in a bull market right now, and we had a crash alert coming into today. We got a narrow range inside day, which normally sets up for the leg down. So we'll be watching for that, for this market to finally test the 1900 and prove that it's in a bull market. If it can do that successfully, then there's no telling how high gold will go. Looking at the S&P 500, you were in a bear market. Now it's crossed over, or it's trying to cross over into a bull market, but this bearish trend momentum reading is keeping a lot of pressure on this market. So I think the bears are going to win this one out. Next up is crude oil. Crude oil has a bullish trend momentum reading now. You were neutralized on this spike down. Now the market's come up. It's just bumped its head at the top of the Kumo cloud and has a rally alert for tomorrow. I think this one's getting ready and setting itself up to come down and take out that bearish pointer. We could be looking at $40 crude oil per barrel soon, folks. Next up is the Russell. The Russell right now is in a bear market. Now it has a bullish trend momentum reading with a rally alert. Again, all this happening below the Kumo cloud. Not sure if that is going to be able to play out, ladies and gentlemen. You're right there at the resistance target. This is hard to do. It's hard for a market to get an alert and punch through like that. You know, it's not saying it can't happen. It happened back here. It can do it again. Yes, it can. But I don't know. So this is definitely one to watch as well. Is it going to try to launch another bear market rally? We shall see. Next up is the US dollar index, still in the zone. Bear market, bullish trend momentum reading, support at 101, resistance at 103. Market's hanging out here at the bottom of the range. If it decides to break it down, then it could, fall below par. But because of this bullish bot check and then the one back here, I think one last pop up is coming in the US dollar. Looking at Ethereum, Ethereum is also neutralized. We have a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading, but we're neutralized, so we're stepping aside this market for now while it's on neutralize. And that's it, folks. So there you have it. That is what we are dealing with. It was a quiet day overall, but we still got some things to consider. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to sit tight until we get the signals on some of these and wait for them to come off neutralize, and then we'll make our decisions at that time. All right, folks, you know what it is. The system works if you work the system. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Smash that like button. Peace.